while millions of people are screaming at their screens. Physically gripped by the tension of the game, a few people in the room usually stay quiet. This observer remains entirely still, unaffected by the wave of emotion crashing around them. To the shouting fans, this silence looks like a deficit, a lack of passion, or a failure to understand the stakes of the moment. But looking into the mechanics of the brain reveals something more complex. We have to ask why the suspense of high-stakes competition, a force that moves entire nations, fails to trigger even a spark of dopamine in these individuals. The answer often lies in how we develop our social identities. While most people navigate a phase of tribal play to learn group bonding, some cognitive profiles bypass this collective playground, prioritizing individual agency from a much earlier age. This shift changes the brain's fundamental objective. Instead of seeking a collective identity to feel secure, the non-fan is optimized for strict, independent individualism. We can see this in how the brain handles tribalism. Modern sports clubs function as high-tech tribes, triggering an oxytocin surge that chemically glues fans to the group. The non-fan lacks this primal chemical prompt. Their identity stands alone, requiring no external crowd to validate their sense of safety or belonging. This independence extends to the reward center. During a close game, the fan's brain functions exactly like a slot machine. A chemical loop creates an addictive dependency on near wins. The non-fan remains immune. Their brain blocks passive competition, refusing it as a reward because their neurochemistry matured past the need for tribal stimulation. These individuals require internal validity. They find no value in excitement. They didn't create themselves. This also alters how they regulate self-esteem. Fans often bask in reflected glory, meaning their baseline mood fluctuates wildly based on the performance of people they have never met. The non-fan regulates their mood internally. Their self-worth is insulated from scoreboards, keeping their confidence steady regardless of who wins the trophy. This leads to a trait called selective empathy. These individuals are protective of their emotional capacity, and they are highly specific about where that energy is spent. Instead of pouring emotional energy into a televised struggle, they redirect it toward tangible targets, real-world relationships, personal creative work, or direct social causes. They also prioritize direct participation, while fandom relies on consuming a narrative, the comeback or the underdog story. The non-fan's brain sees this as uninteresting noise. They seek a flow state through personal agency. Their satisfaction comes from picking up a tool and starting their own project, rather than watching someone else finish theirs. This profile treats time and empathy as private capital. Every hour not spent on the crowd is an hour preserved for active investment in their own immediate world. Feeling out of place during a major championship can be isolating, yet this indifference to the world's most popular pastime reveals a brain prioritizing its own internal signals. Over the roar of a stadium, this shift away from the tribe allows for a different kind of focus, one that values direct action and personal stability over contagious crowd dynamics. The next time you are indifferent to the big game, recognize it as a signal of your own cognitive independence. Your brain is simply tuned to find meaning in your own actions rather than the results on a distant screen. To continue decoding the mind and observing the crowd rather than joining it, click subscribe. We don't just watch the world. We explain the mind behind it.